Welcome back to this special edition of the East African budgets that are expected later today at 2 CAT or 3 East African time. Now, Kenya is one of those that is pegging their growth at, they're pegging at 1.8 trillion shillings. Now we look at Tanzania, Rwanda and Uganda. And for Rwanda, they are tabling a 1.7 trillion Rwandan franc budget, while Uganda, on the other hand, will be tabling a 14 trillion shillings Ugandan shillings budget. Now on the line, I have Mustansir Gulamhussein. He is the director of KLSA East Africa, and he will be looking at Tanzania. Well, Mustansir, looking at the Tanzanian perspective, what can we expect?
Okay, thank you, Beatrice, for calling through. We are looking at a budget of approximately 19.4 trillion Tanzanian shillings, so which is an increase of 7% compared to the previous budget.
And what are some of those key concerns that you have with regards?
Excuse me?
Yes, continue.
Okay, one of the key things that you are looking in this budget is basically more taxes. So I don't know how it's going to go down with the business community and the common mwananchi here.
Where do you see the greatest taxes being derived from? Where do you see the heavy burden coming out?
Okay, heavy burden still will be coming off from the formal sector, because the areas that have been targeted possibly is the enactment of the new VAT Act, that is one, and pushing up of transfer pricing regulations.
And with regards to the needs of the economy, where do you see the greatest needs, especially when you're looking at infrastructure, energy, especially when you're looking at the whole issue of oil and gas exploration?
You see, as far as oil and gas is concerned, the benefits are going to distill a bit later. They say a gas economy, the benefits are going to come somewhere 20 years down the line. So the current target by the government is to achieve, there's a committee that was formed on big results now. So the strategy is to invest more in water, education, agriculture, and of course infrastructure and energy. These are some of the key areas that have been targeted by the government. The only challenge with our budget...
What are the sentiments on the ground?
Excuse me?
What are the sentiments on the ground, Mustansir, with regards to expectations of this budget?
You see, the only one of the crucial problems with our budget is that it's 40% dependent on the donor funds. Unlike Kenya and Ethiopia, despite country having the vast natural resources, 40% is still dependent on the donor fund. And as a result, even last year, none of the ministries that were allocated the budget, they received even 50% of what they were allocated.
So some of the key concerns would be how to fund this budget. You're talking of 40%
very,
being
very
donor
crucial,
aid.
because
yes,
because you may have all the budgets set out, all the plans and activities that needs to be undertaken, but if you don't have the funds, how are you going to finance it?
And at the moment, why your revenue collection
is just
standing
ballooning. Is this, I was just looking at certain statistics. In just past 6 months, the government has borrowed close to around 8.2 trillion shillings.
Is that sustainable?
You see now, another challenge that comes, it is not sustainable, because what is happening is that the increase in debt is not keeping up with the momentum of development in infrastructure.